We're about to tour a 52,000 square foot warehouse that was destroyed. This thing was losing my partner over $17,000 a month until Alex got a hold of it and turned this thing into a cash cow. And Alex is gonna show us how he took this old, crappy building and put new life in it, and more importantly, made it profitable. Let's go look inside.
All right, here, hold that open really quick.
Is there electric? So, like buildings like this in Cincinnati. So when was this building built?
This building's 50 years old, give or take.
And then what was the original use?
This building's been everywhere from a pizza shop to a concrete factory. Right now I just have it subdivided in between a guy that does wholesale for restaurants, like restaurant supplies, TikTok shop, the guy that owns Codell Motors, so he's turning it into a body paint shop. And he has all of his junk cars down there, and he does all of his details down there. He'll turn this into a tire area, kind of like customer servicing area over here, and then I will find a tenant for all this.
Who's your ideal tenant for all this, Alex?
I don't.
Is there no electric?
Yeah, no, there is. It's over here.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't, dude, as long as they're in here making the property better and taking care of the place, like, that's all I want. It doesn't matter. Commercial's better.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, the guy that's moving in downstairs, I mean, he's probably gonna dump 60 grand into the property. He's gonna do asphalt back there. I'll show you guys all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what you're looking for commercial tenants. You got commercial tenants that are like, they move in, they don't do anything. But you got guys that come in and fix the whole place up. Those are the guys you want.
So explain, when they come in and put money in this building, they don't own the building.
No.
So what happens to the money they invested?
It just gets put into the property and it makes it better because they have to make it better for their company at the end of the day.
Right.
So it's like a benefit of commercial units. They invest in your property and you get all the benefit on that.
How long of a lease did they sign?
Downstairs, he's on a 5-year lease. He's going to do everything from add gates to asphalt to paint the whole unit. I mean, everything. The TikTok shop guys signed a 2 or 3 year lease. Those guys are okay tenants, but they're not putting any money in the place.
Right. They just want the shell.
And then we got this warehouse space over here. He's putting money in here. Maybe, I mean, he's for sure putting money in. We'll walk that here in a second. So.
All right, let's go take a look.
Yeah, this space is like the last one I'll rent out.
So where are you marketing this at?
Osh is doing all of it.
Oh,
actually.
Osh is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Osh
very
and,
cool. So Osh and Karma are doing the leasing?
Yep.
They're helping you with the leasing.
Yeah, they get all the leads, and then I just work the leads at the end of the day.
Where are they putting the leads up at?
It's all on LoopNet.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
So explain, why did they buy this building? What was the purpose of buying this?
Mike and Nate bought it.
So why did they buy a warehouse like this?
It was distressed. I think they did a creative financing on it. Nate and Mike bought it. They got it pretty cheap.
Really?
Yeah.
Were there orders against it, or it's like city violations?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
They got a really good deal on it. I know the lease I just did downstairs was equivalent to the whole building purchase. That was that was on one lease.
Wow. How long ago did they buy this?
I think this is a 2017 acquisition.
Nice.
Give or take.
So let's look around. So I noticed this is new framing right here.
Yep.
Did the tenant build this?
Yeah, the tenant built this. They're framing it all out. They did all the electricity. We didn't have to touch any of it. I approved it. They're just doing a little office space. So it's a warehouse space at the end of the day. It's gonna stay colder in here.
Yeah.
I do have heat exchangers set up, but it doesn't have to be very hot in here. That's why they're setting up this office.
Yeah.
We just got their bathrooms up and running for them.
Alex, how different is the renovation on the commercial side versus residential? I noticed this electric, the conduit it's ran through. Is that a electric code thing, or is this just overkill?
It's overkill.
Is it?
But they're doing it.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
It's okay. It's overkill, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Commercial, way more expensive, way bigger projects, way more time. But at the end of the day, it's the same stuff. But it's like if you're in residential and like, let's say somebody moved in and they renovated your whole unit, like that would be the dream, right?
Yeah.
That's what these guys do over here.
And they plan on staying for a while too. Like you don't invest that kind of money.
Yeah, we're talking 5-year
That's amazing.
leases. Yeah, give or take.
All right, let's go look at the next one.
Yep.
So then what's been the biggest challenge doing this versus the single family stuff that you've done before?
learning curve on some stuff in here as far as like electrical, which is insane.
What do you mean insane?
Electricity here is wild. The way it comes in and getting more services put in. And for example, this meter up here is too old, so that Duke won't even do an account on it. And I'm playing with meters, getting them subdivided the right way, and then we got to get everything all set, and the city's got to come in if Nate approves it, and then we can get more services put in and get things split so I can get these units rented out. Instead of just doing like light switches and little tiny things like that, they're huge systems. You got to know how to set them up. And I had an electrician over here the other day. He came in and he showed me how to properly set it up and get it subdivided. And so we're just working on stuff like that.
Man. So what was it like when you first took it over? Any hoarders?
Yeah, I had a scrapper tenant here in the very bottom, and he's just destroying the building. That's why the building's lost so much money. I mean, he's cost us $60,000, $70,000, $80,000.
Just in demo?
I'm not kidding.
What was he doing?
We probably are 50 dumpsters at $500 a pop, plus all the labor to get the dumpsters filled. He just was like hoarding and collecting and destroying and hitting everything with his forklift. That's the space I'll show you guys next year.
Let's go take a look.
Yeah.
So who rented this space?
So this was a space that was rented by the scrapper guy, and he voluntarily left. Thank goodness.
Was he paying?
Not the last month.
How much was his rent here?
About $3,000. For, this is about 10,000 square feet. It's about 10,000 square feet. He stopped paying, he moved out. I cut a deal with him so he'd voluntarily move out.
What was the deal?
That he needed to go, and it was just time for us to separate, and it didn't make any more sense because, like, mathematically, we were losing so much money on him.
So how much?
Losing tens of thousands of dollars.
How much is this space rent for now?
I just got it rented out for $5,000. That's a sweet deal.
Yeah.
But also, that guy's gonna rent a space out up there
For the tire
and
shop?
He's gonna come in and he's gonna just dump a bunch of money in this and fix it all up.
Yep.
And he's also got 2 acres back here.
That he owned before?
No, we own it. We're renting it to him. But
Nice.
he's gonna, the $5,000, that's a good deal.
Yeah, that's
a
amazing.
great deal. So
this will be a body shop?
3 weeks ago, there was a trash pile in here that was this tall.
Wow.
And it spanned from that pillar to that last pillar down there. And it smelled so bad it stunk up the whole building. Duke came in, excavated everything out. We probably have like 10 to 12, 45 yard dumpsters that got filled up with how much trash was in here. Dude, that's what that guy was doing. Everywhere he goes, he's a tornado.
How long was he here?
Years.
Man.
And so like it looked like we were making money because he's paying rent. But he's doing so much damage.
Let's go over this way.
Yeah.
So what's been the biggest lesson you've learned in being in the commercial space like this for the time you have?
The biggest thing I've learned is that I like it more. I would like to work on big things like this.
Yeah.
It's all the same problems, but they're just on a bigger scale. That's really all it is. The only difference between signing a $4,000 lease and a $40,000 lease is a zero at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, like, it's just fun, big problems like that. Like this guy was.
You want to walk up towards the cars?
Man, there's a railroad track down here. He was dumping everything down there. I came down here.
Was it active?
Yeah.
He was dumping stuff on an active railroad track?
Yeah, and I came down here and these guys were just screaming. So we had to get all that cleaned up. All this got excavated over here. There's like 2 acres. It all got cleaned up.
Jeez.
Yeah, this all been the last about 3 weeks.
So this building sat for a long time in the condition it was in. Why now? Like, what made them want to start fixing this now? Is it having you here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah. I like came in. I did an audit on all of Nate's portfolio. I just saw like the big issues. There was a 19 unit that was hemorrhaging money.
Yeah.
They were like $60,000 behind on rent. Huge issue. This building was a huge issue. It could have been making so much money, but it was making negative money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So like those were the big problems. There was a lot of maintenance tickets. Those are under control. There was a lot of, we're kind of back behind on turnovers. Those are all caught up. My next thing is there are vacancies. We were at a 12, now we're at 8. I want to be at 0. I know that's
8% or units?
8%.
Okay.
Yep. So we're moving in the right direction, but I just got to change all the systems and processes and get it to the point where it's moving, going the right way, just eliminate some old stuff that's not been happening. But really, like, at the end of the day, everybody that's here's like, they're rock stars.
That's amazing.
They really are.
So how are you sourcing contractors to help with this?
Actually, the tenant that moved in got me hooked up with all these guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Nate helps me out a lot. So the excavator guy that came in, there was a garage door here. He accidentally hit it with his excavator, destroyed it.
Oh, no.
So I just got this ordered today, and I got to.
Do you have to pay for that, or did he?
We're gonna end up paying for it.
How much is the door? How much is the garage door that size?
Doors are gonna be $1,500.
That's not bad.
And I'm trying to find somebody that could do it for like $1,000, which is crazy. But if I can find like a guy that works at a garage door company to do it, that'd be ideal. So
then the numbers, you took this thing from literally
Negative,
like nothing to
over
where are we at now then?
over 4 years, I made negative 17 grand.
Yeah.
And then when I get done with it, I think we'll be closer to 20 grand a month.
Wow.
And I haven't ran the commercial, like
The cap rate and
the
figuring out
cap
the
rate and all that, but I
think
think we'll be closer to like 1.5
Woo.
would be a good guess.
dude,
So, yeah.
that's amazing. This is a serious hill.
Yeah, it really is.
Shit.
Dude, this was so overgrown the other day.
How would you even drive? Like, I wouldn't even want to drive down this.
I got this whole thing landscaped for $0.
How?
I had the tenant do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I put in his lease that he had to manage all the landscaping because I felt like it didn't make sense for us to do it.
Right.
He's gonna have 80 cars back there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it just makes sense for him to do it. So he did all this.
So how do you handle the leases now? Are these all triple net leases? Are you guys responsible for anything?
No, they're CAM leases. We're responsible for common areas.
Okay. So what's a common area though? Parking lot?
A common area would be these docks.
Okay.
They would be the little room in between the elevator
Yeah.
and out there. That's about it. There's not a lot.